I'm trying to do a bit of mining.
Oh, no. No.
Now I was thinking, right now,
No.
the market is completely effed up. Everything's upside down.
Yeah, that's how it was last time I got into mining.
Yeah. It's really painful, honestly. Like, the amount of money that graphics cards were worth just 5 months ago, just 2 months ago. Like, the basic small stuff,
Yeah, have they doubled in price? Or?
they have effectively doubled in price.
Yeah, that's what happened back in the day too.
So, we're gonna try to keep this on a $700 graphics card budget here. Like, the rest of the system doesn't matter. We're just going all out for the graphics card here. And normally these cards would be worth like half as much, but this is 2021 and graphics card Nightmare Edition.
It's brutal. So, what'd you get?
I went with what everybody is considering to be one of the most efficient mining cards right now, 5700 XT.
Oh, I like that card.
And they're going for about $700, $750 on eBay right now. So
I don't like the card that much.
please don't talk about the price of cards. I paid $300 for this 6 months ago. So don't even get me started about graphics card prices. Because I know the first comment is going to say the prices are all wrong, and this is what we're just kind of ballparking here.
Yeah, this is as current date, time of posting.
Yeah, the same thing happened for the last graphics card video we made, and those cards are worth twice as much now too. So, grain of salt. We're just trying to make an entertaining video here.
All right, you ready?
So what could you have possibly brought to beat?
All right, so hear me out. The market is bad. So I brought out a 1070 Ti. How much is this worth? Like 700?
No, 1070 Ti is like $350.
Oh, well. I had extra money.
Oh, God.
2 1070 Ti's. The NVIDIA twins. Let's go.
Man, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I'm feeling great about it.
Last time I lost with NVIDIA. This time I'm going to win with AMD. Team Red.
2 cards better than 1 card. I'm just saying.
All right. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I mean, with 2 cards, you got twice the power consumption. I mean,
We're not talking about that until we're talking about that. We only talk about power consumption if mine's better.
is that what you say with Intel? When Intel loses or wins? When Intel wins, it's because it uses more power?
When Intel loses, they use too much power.
So, how does mining even kind of work?
Okay, so you're all kind of working together to solve a really complicated problem. Do you understand?
Kind of.
Okay, so you've got a bunch of people all simultaneously banging their heads against the wall. Mm-hmm. One of them will break through the wall, and he's the right one. The guy who breaks through the wall gets the reward, gets the prize. So you have these whole big mining pools, so collective groups of people that need help, just banging their heads against the wall. So you can distribute the workload. So if one guy does break through, he distributes the earnings. And it's based off of who did the most work.
So who's got the strongest neck and hardest head for banging their head against the wall?
And biggest headache, I guess. That's kind of the gist of it. You're just solving a really complicated problem for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, this helps society not at all.
We're literally just burning coal.
Just burning coal. So more or less, that's the super simplified version.
And obviously, there's easy ways of getting to mining, and there's very complicated ways of mining stuff.
Yeah, so it also depends on what you're mining. So everyone thinks mining, they think Bitcoin. You're not mining Bitcoin. The Bitcoin algorithm's kind of been, I wouldn't say solved, but it's been kind of figured out. So you're not going to do it on a GPU. They have specific hardware called ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And they're basically custom boxes that do nothing at all besides just crunch Bitcoin numbers. Mm-hmm. So we're mining basically Ethereum or something equivalent, and you can run that through a GPU.
Yeah, it still works for mining.
But it's not Bitcoin. We're converting to Bitcoin.
Yeah. That's the ultimate goal is to end up it being Bitcoin, but
Ethereum's good to hold too,
Yeah.
but
it's fine.
those are the big two.
When Ethereum goes up, it causes this graphics card shortage we're talking about right now, right? Something like that?
Kind of. Basically, if Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. So suddenly everything's profitable.
Ride the wave!
No, Ether's fine. You're just riding on the coattails of Bitcoin, really.
Yeah. So we're going to take the easy approach to getting started mining because, honestly, this is a rabbit hole. You could get so lost in efficiency and tuning that, like, I could end up winning or losing here based off of just how much he tunes it or I tune it. So we're just going to plug him in, run easy hash. Is it easy hash?
Nice hash.
Nice hash. And then find out a general ballpark of, like, who won this because...
Yeah, because you can do custom. You can find specific mining programs best for your model. You can do custom BIOSes. You can do it on Linux with custom parameters set. It gets deep.
Yeah. So,
and do we really want to have those kind of headaches?
Yeah, I don't want to lose you guys in the sauce. So we're just gonna plug him in, run some coins, see what happens, and find out who wins based off of who's making more per day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're already banging our heads against the wall. We don't need another headache.
Yeah. All right, like...
Yeah, and you're going to lose.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Yes.
Drop these in our systems. The systems really don't matter that much.
It's really just having the PCI slots if you're doing more than one card.
I got one card. He's got two cards. So he's got two PCIe slots. But aside from that...
I mean, you can buy splitters, too, and risers, and...
Yeah, that's where you see those crazy mining rigs that people have set up in their house with, like, a box fan pointed at it.
Again, rabbit hole. But what we're trying to do is kind of just, hey, this is my GPU that I use for gaming.
Yeah.
Can I make some cash on the side?
Yeah, can I make it pay itself off?
And then I've got two because I'm dumb.
You got two because, well, we're talking about kind of street price here, and
SLI's dead.
two $350s, two $350, one $700. All right, plug them in.
I miss SLI.
So pretty much what we did was we went to Nice Hash, and what you can do to find out if you can even be profitable mining is just try mining now. And does it just download a...
Yeah, it just downloads a quick little exe. It's not very configurable, and I don't even think it lets you earn money, but it'll tell you roughly... Yeah, I think your card's not supported.
For the new miner, probably, yeah. Yeah. So, what? We just...
I think you just click on the getting started.
Yeah, so I mean, you go to getting started, and then it...
Yeah, you go ahead, create your account. You're going to do like 3 different email validations, like, yes, this is me. Yes, this is me. Hi, this is me.
Hi, this is me.
Hi, I'm Gab.
So yeah, once you've made an account and you're logged in, just scroll down to the bottom, download center, and download the miner. It'll come up with this, and then just installer. I already got it installed, but...
So just to stress again, this is not the most efficient way to do it.
Yeah.
So please don't yell at us.
Yeah, this is literally just getting somebody who has a card that just wants to make some money on the side. This is really easy.
Yeah, you're not editing any text files and config files. This is, you plug it in, you hit start when you go to work, and then you come back home, you hit stop, and you get back onto Cyberpunk.
Yeah, like, please don't talk about Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. But it's the best game. It's the game of the years, for all the years.
Just in case, you want to go ahead and run it as administrator. Just give it all the permissions. Go ahead, hack all of my devices.
Yeah, sure.
Go over to devices. Disable CPU. You don't want to do CPU mining. It makes like 30 cents a day, if that.
Yeah, it's very bad. And it's just gonna, generate heat and do nothing for you.
So once you hit play, well, the play button on the devices tab, it'll go ahead and benchmark all of the plugins to see which one is it benchmarking all the plugins? Okay.
Yeah, it's benchmarking the reasonable ones.
Yeah, so it benchmarks all these to see which one makes the most sense to run.
It typically works with just open source ones. So closed source items like Team Red Miner, you have to manually activate. I tried one and it was worse, but you never know. If you really want to try and do some research, you can look into that.
Yeah. Again, rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
You're gonna hear a lot about the rabbit hole.
It's hard not to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just deep.
Mining gets so crazy. Like, people will talk about their like 20 setup, the 20 mining rig, and they're like, oh yeah, no, I gotta run it at these parameters to keep my garage from lighting on fire.
You have to put extra fans on it just to kind of, because you get your cards all sandwiched together. It's wild.
It'll take a little while to run through these benchmarks to find out what it wants to run. Are yours already running?
Yeah, they're running.
Nice. So Zax is up and running first. Obviously, because we already set this up on this system.
Yeah, mine takes longer to start. The benchmarks are a little bit more tedious. So, start it first while you get the tutorial. So yeah, I'm already mining. You can kind of see your dashboard here. You can see your current profitability, your balance or whatever. I've got my 2 cards running here. And yeah, here's your window. It looks different depending on which mining algorithm it decides, or mining tool it decides is the best for you. So mine's gonna look different than his. But you can kind of see here how much your hash rate is, which is the measure of like how much work you're doing, your speed in a way. And you can kind of see where is my efficiency. Oh, you see like your efficiency number here. So 301 kilohash per watt, which makes very little sense out of context. So we'll see what it looks like compared to his card and kind of get an idea.
The higher number is better, right?
Yeah, more efficiency. It's kilohash, so it's how much work it's doing per watt.
Yeah.
My card is also slightly. I just lowered the power limit.
Yeah.
This stuff scales in kind of a weird way, and a lot of times it's better to undervolt. I'm not going to go into undervolting and BIOS modding. I just lowered the temp limit, power limit. That's all you need.
Let it work at a lower speed. It's more efficient at that speed, so it's better for your power bill, and it really doesn't affect the mining output that much.
Yeah, so my efficiency can change. Like I'll show you. My hash rate's not going to change that much. So I'm averaging like 53 or so per 53, 54, and I just put it back to stock here. You can do it.
It takes a little while for it to actually update, but
You can do it.
obviously with this, changing this, you're going to see higher temperatures, louder fans. I mean, if this isn't in your room or anything, you have this outside like in a garage or something, you won't notice that, but like...
It's just more wear. You're gonna spin your fans out harder. Mining cards are the ones where you have a card come off on Craigslist where one of the fans is dead. That's usually a mining card.
You get the what video was it? Is 2 trash GPUs better than 1, and we got one with 2 dead fans. Somebody used that poor 3080 for mining.
Brave.
Or 3080. That poor 380 for mining for years.
Oh, my miner's called T-Rex.
T-Rex.
That's actually one I manually downloaded as just accidentally. Yeah, so like my speed
Went up tiny bit.
negligible. It feels like margin of error, but my efficiency went from like 300 to 224.
Yeah, it greatly kills the efficiency.
So you're gaining basically nothing, and you're cutting out on your profits because you're using more power.
And you're hurting your card, your poor card.
Poor thing. Like it does not need to be running at that speed.
Yeah.
Ether mining is actually pretty heavily dependent on the memory, more so than your clock. So that's part of the reason why you can get away with just slamming that poor clock speed down to nothing. By the way, for lowering your clock speeds and everything like that, AMD has Wattman built in, and you can do it there through your Catalyst or Adrenaline Control Center. But I don't even... Can you do that with NVIDIA? By default?
You have to enable some weird thing. I don't think it actually works. I don't know.
I don't know as well, so I just download MSI Afterburner. It works on AMD and NVIDIA, and it's just familiar.
Yeah, we're kind of out of it with NVIDIA. Just download Afterburner. Afterburner works on with both cards.
Yeah, it just works.
All right, so now we're on my computer, and we're running the single 5700 XT here. I have the power limit set to -50, and we're running at 50. So,
and I'm getting 54. Woo! Let's go.
So,
although you're killing me on efficiency.
The efficiency rating here, top line.
Ah.
Top tier efficiency.
So am I
rating.
actually making more than you or not?
I don't know. Is that,
I guess I'm technically making more than you. Huh.
I'm sure, you know, because you're technically making 10% more than me.
I guess,
If I'm making 50 and you're making 54-ish,
Yeah.
55-ish, it's just, you know, it's kind of hanging around there. Like mine kind of goes up and down, obviously.
Yeah.
Everything does. But, yeah. So, once again, I switch teams and I lose.
Told you, 2 GPUs better than 1 GPU. That's funny. Do you have a third 1070 Ti I can plug in here? I just kind of want to keep going here.
And keep this up. If you have more slots, you can run more GPUs. And on top of that, it really doesn't matter what brand of GPU you're running. As long as you have the drivers for the GPU, it'll just work, right? Like, you don't have to run any SLI bridges or any of that garbage. You just plug them into a motherboard and they just detect and start working.
Yeah, you can have an NVIDIA card and a Radeon card in the same board, and it's fine. It might run 2 different little windows to run 2 different miners, but other than that, you can't even tell that you're running fierce arch enemies of each other on the same board.
So it looks like I'm running about 100 watts. So what are you running?
Oh, like 90 watts each.
So you're running 180 watts?
Yeah.
God dang.
Which, I mean, that's the TDP of like one of these cards not boosted or running stock, just for context.
So in theory, my room is going to be cooler. So if I was using this in a room that was air conditioned, I wouldn't be cutting into my air conditioning costs as much, right?
Dude, it's hot in here. it's actually getting kind of warm, but yeah. So that's, again, the downside. You might want to open your bedroom door.
Or window.
Yeah, it's... Again, part of the problem, too, is energy cost for you. You want to make sure that you're not in an area where your energy cost is something ridiculous. Our energy cost out here is, like, 15 to 18, like say 14 to 18 cents per kilowatt hour, which is not great, but not bad.
Yeah. You could still make money mining doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is for the person that we're just telling you to plug it into your system. Like, we'll say you bought a pre-built, you just want to get some mining to pay off your system. And I mean, in theory, if we have more people mining, does that bring the price of mining down?
The more people that mine,
Or GPUs.
Yeah. The more people that mine, the harder the mining gets.
So
the difficulty goes up the more people are on the network.
So wait, does that drive the price of GPUs up even further?
It depends. So either the prices get worse because people need more, or people get depressed and sell all of them off.
And that causes a crash.
Because it's not profitable with their power bills anymore.
So what you're saying is don't go out and buy 10 Radeon 7s to mine because the market could crash tomorrow?
It could crash at almost any time. It'll take like a month and you'll lose 30%, or not 30, you'll go down to a tenth of what it was yesterday.
Yeah, and then all of mining's not technically worth it, but obviously people like to debate that. But like, so if it crashes, do graphics cards prices come down?
Used cards post-crash are just so cheap. So cheap. It's
you get
fantastic.
Boxes of RX 580s.
I mean, the fans might be dead, so you're going to be strapping some, like, 120 mil Noctuas on them, but, you know, even with the Noctua tax, you're coming out ahead.
So what else do we cover? I think we got that. Yeah, so right now there's 859 difficulty.
Yeah, difficulty is 859, which... again, means nothing without context. I actually would have to look up what the difficulty was a month ago. I'm sure it was lower. Again, too, your mining difficulty just creeps up over time, and then new GPUs come out, and it goes up when everyone just drops 3090s in. So, again, you gotta be aware of, you know, is the market gonna hold up if I buy a bunch of stuff? So, we don't really recommend you going out of your way and building a dedicated mining rig.
Yeah, the safety point is just using the system you have.
Like, if you want to make money on crypto, like, you might just be better off just buying the coins instead of trying to buy a whole mining rig. But I can't give you financial advice. I'm just a guy. I'm just a humble YouTuber.
I don't want to see people go out and lose a whole bunch of money on this.
Yeah, crypto's super volatile, super risky. It's gambling in a way. So yeah, don't go out of your way to build a mining rig just because we had okay results here. We're focused on using the hardware you already have.
Yeah, like if we wanted to tell people exactly how to make as much money as possible from this, we'd be going into tuning guides on this. But all this is for is seeing that Zax once again beat at freaking picking a set of cards to mine with.
NVIDIA or AMD, I'm still gonna come out on top.
We'll see about it next time.
Oh, what, you're gonna flip-flop again, bud?
I always flip-flop. just Photoshop a flip-flop onto my face with the hair. Oh, man. So yeah, guys, if you want to make some money on the side with the graphics card, the medium-range graphics card that you have in your system, I don't know who's running 1070 Ti's and SLI anymore, but hey, you could.
Oh, of note, if you're trying to mine Ethereum, you probably need a 6 gig or more card.
Yeah.
The whole file is more than 4 gigs now at this point, so
It has to store that on the RAM.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys with your 4 gigs 5500s. You can't do it. You might be able to run another algo, but we don't know how those work.
We don't know how those work. We're doing this quick and easy. The quick and dirty. More than 6 gig?
More than 6 gig or more, yeah.
So you probably could still do this on a 1660.
Yeah, or 1066 gig.
Oof.
1066 gig, not the 3 gig.
Not the fake one. NVIDIA, why you do this?
Why you do this?
And we're going to run another situation here with some higher end parts, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah.
I'm going to get 4 of these.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be like Kingpin with his 1080 Ti's.
So make sure you're subscribed for that. Leave a comment on what you would want to see somebody mine with. I don't know. We could do something dumb with that.
If you want a more in-depth guide,
Yeah.
and you're actually going to watch a 40-minute guide, let us know. I'll suffer.
I'll make him suffer, and then I have to suffer editing it. Like this video. Dislike this video. Get to mining. See you guys next time.
See y'all.